Now to those alarming new cases of the deadly flu.
In our health alert tonight, two seemingly healthy people dying soon after seeing symptoms, including this 37-year-old mother from Indiana. In South Florida, another deadly case, 12-year-old Dylan Winnick. His family says it escalated quickly. On Monday, he had a fever. On Tuesday, he died. Our chief health editor, Dr. Nandi, joins us now to explain why this keeps happening. And we here take the flu seriously, especially for the elderly and the very young, but 37-year-old, 12-year-old?
Yeah, absolutely. This year it just keeps escalating. Sadly, more and more people are dying, including children who've died in the past few weeks from flu-related symptoms, including a 12-year-old boy from Florida we heard about. The virus has claimed more than 100 lives this season across the United States, with at least 30 kids amongst those numbers. In some states, entire school districts have closed. Influenza is now widespread, as we said, in every state except Hawaii. And now, a new Canadian study shows that having the flu significantly raises a person's risk of a heart attack, even after symptoms are at their worst.
All right, so how did they figure this all out?
That's an important question, Dave. So it's interesting. The researchers in Ontario looked at more than 330 patients who were hospitalized with heart problems. What they found, and I quote, is a significant association between respiratory infections, including influenza, and especially influenza, and acute myocardial infarction. And as you know, a myocardial infarction is a fancy word for a heart attack. And the study's authors found that people at risk for heart disease had a 6 times greater chance of having a heart attack within the first week of a flu diagnosis. So really significant, and we have to look at this.
So what are your prescriptions?
So Heather, what I say is anyone who's at risk for heart disease, please pay close attention. And so number one, take extra precautions to prevent catching the flu. And I've been saying this all week: hand washing, coughing in the crook of your arm, and getting the flu shot, please. And if you're sick, please stay at home. If you have cardiac symptoms like chest pain or pressure, shortness of breath, especially after a respiratory illness like the flu, go to your doctor immediately. Don't wait and think it's something else. Please take this information, this new information, seriously. Even people with no history of heart attacks are still at higher risk, and we just talked about a 37-year-old woman. And lastly, keep an eye on the children and older adults in your life. Most flu deaths come from these segments of the population. My son had the flu and he went from normal to a fever of 103 within 3 hours.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
So this heart attack issue with the flu, why is that specifically, though, leading to the potential of more heart attacks?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense, Dave, but here's the thing. There are 3 main reasons why the flu can become a killer. Number one is that it can join forces with other germs like strep. Secondly, it can make existing conditions like heart disease or even asthma much worse. And finally, it ramps up the immune system to over-respond. All of these things can potentially lead to a heart attack. And these are just more reasons why I feel like we have to really take this flu epidemic seriously. I think people are, but you know, I still recommend taking the flu shot, doing all the things, and please stay at home when you're ill.
Yes, please
don't
come to work, don't go to school,
but people
please.
do, they want to be a hero, you know.
I know, but we got to, and wash those hands.
Wash those hands, exactly.
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Nandi.
You're welcome.
And if you have a question or a health concern for the doctor, you can email him, drnandi@wxyz.com, or send it to us on Facebook or Twitter.